Hi, and thank you again for joining us for another session of dedication. Fans remember the Bay City Rollers. Hosted by Bay City Roller Fan Events. I'm Suze, and co-hosting is Laura. Hey, Laura.
Good morning, Suze. How you doing?
Good. How's it going?
It's going well, thank
Good.
you.
Good. This week we're here. We have visitors from Spain, Diane and Jan. We're going to start with. Hi, guys.
Hi.
We're going to start with Diane, who has so many wonderful and interesting stories. Just meeting with her for a few minutes, and you're immediately enraptured with her BCR tales. She is actually the very reason we wanted to do fan stories. Her stories could fill a book and make one hell of a movie the fangirls and boys everywhere would thoroughly enjoy. From following the band as early as 1974 to actually living with, yes, I said living with, Ian Mitchell for several years. You're going to want to hang on. It's going to be a wild ride. Okay, Diane, we're finally here. Thank you. We've been so excited to share your incredible memories. So we're going to start in 1974. And then
1974.
Go through to like 1990, and then we're going to bring Jan in on this too. All right. So let's start. 1974, Diane, take it away.
Right, 1974, I started work, so I was very lucky that I had a wage so I could follow them. So I used to see the rollers in magazines. I used to cut Eric out and throw the others in the bin. Actually. Anyway. In July 1974, they came to play in Harlow in a park where I lived. So I went down to see them. That's the 27th of July 1974. That's the first time I see them live in a park, and it was chaos. So it was late. They didn't turn up to about 11:30. They played. Then I had to walk home. It took me 8 hours to walk home.
Oh my God.
Fun. So then I got the bug for them. So then I used to like Eric and everything else. I went to see them on tour. They done a tour in 1974, so I sat outside for tickets at the Rainbow in London for my ticket. I sat out all night. I think the price of the ticket was £1.25.
Can you imagine?
Oh wow! That was for a front row ticket. I had seat number AA44 that was directly in front of Eric. We didn't have like security then, like there was in the future. It was just like about 2 or 3 people sitting there, but
wow.
No big security. So they played the Rainbow in 1974. That was in October, I think. They played that. I can't remember the proper dates. But I met Eric for the first time in October 1974 when the Rolling album had just come out. I met them at Bell Records.
Oh wow!
Because I was in London. I got him to sign my album in 1974. Nearly broke his arm trying to get him to do it. Because there was probably about 20 of us there. It was like a big rugby tackle when they all got out of the car, so I got him to sign my album, so I was happy with that. Then the 1974 tour, I done Lewisham Odeon in London, and I went to Bournemouth to see him. That was in 1974. I was always in London because they used to be at Bell Records, Top of the Pops, London Weekend Television, so we all used to go there religiously every weekend, and we used to live at Heathrow Airport.
Oh wow.
There would always be someone at Heathrow Airport all the time. We'd always be up there. And one of them would be coming through. I see Les up there. I rang up work so they couldn't come in and went up there. Les came through. I see the others. So I see them a lot in 1974. Then in 1975, there was more and more people getting interested, but we still go to London Weekend Television. Top of the Pops, always be up there. They done a programme called Once Upon a Star. They done one Tuesday afternoon. We got tickets for that, so I rang up work so I couldn't come in. I went to that, the filming of that. The satellite that you lot had to America, went to that.
Yeah.
They played in Wimbledon, Wembley, all those things.
They played Wembley?
Wembley. They done the Saturday Scene Awards at Wembley. I remember. We all went to in 1975, and they done another thing at Wimbledon. It's got like the programmes on the TV. Like there used to be Sally Jones. They used to do a road show
Okay.
And they done it at Wimbledon one Saturday afternoon, and the Rollers was there, and Kenny, and all different bands. So we all piled up there.
Diane, how were you getting to all? Were you driving then, or was it just training?
No, we used to get taxis. Follow that car. Follow that car.
What's
Follow
up?
that car. Get the cab driver. Follow that car. Or we'd just go on the public transport, and then we'd just sit around in airports. But it got better when we got to Headon Street, because we inherited a phone box then.
Oh, you could get some shelter.
That's a bit further on down the line when we actually got a phone box, and
Okay.
we had a bit of contact. But 75 it was chaos. It was just where did I go in 1975 to see them? In 1975 they done Hammersmith Odeon in London. They done 2 gigs, one at 5 o'clock and one at 8 o'clock. So I had the 5 o'clock ticket in my hand and the 8 o'clock ticket down my sock. I used to dress everything I had was the same. That's what Eric had. Because I was at work, I had money, so I was lucky. So
Yeah.
I had all the clothes the same, the hair the same. I had 2 earrings the same. The shoes he bought from Shelley's in London, I had exactly the same.
I love it.
Just crazy. But it's the 75 tour. They've done Hammersmith. I went to Edinburgh Odeon to see them. I went to Scotland to see how different it was in Edinburgh to London. Went to Cardiff. Went to Manchester, Southampton, Torquay. And my dad used to say to me, "What was that part of the country like?" I said, "I don't know. I don't know what it's like." He said to me, "Might as well just get a pair of glasses with 2 pictures of Eric stuck on them." I said, "Yeah, might as well."
Might as well. So was there a difference? Was there a difference between these towns as far as like the reaction, or was it all kind of the same, just pandemonium everywhere?
It was all crazy. It was all crazy. And it didn't matter where I had a ticket. When they used to come on stage, they used to have the strobe light that used to go like 30, 29, 28, 27, right down to 1 while they were coming on stage. Now, I could have had a ticket anywhere in that place, and you can guarantee by the time we got to number 1, I was right in front of Eric at every gig.
That's my girl. That's my girl.
That is
We used to see
great.
them a lot in London because they used to stay in all the hotels like the Europa, the Montcalm. It was always like words of mouth. They're here, they're there, they're everywhere. So being in London, we were lucky. It was always up the Heathrow Airport, always somewhere in London. And then in 1977, I mean, I know I'm going offline a bit here.
That's
but
okay.
in 1977, we inherited Headon Street.
And
was
is that where they recorded, or is that where they lived? Headon Street. I know another girl talked about Headon Street in our podcast.
Headon Street was the Bay City Rollers offices, Bay City Music.
Okay.
So it's a road off of Regent Street. It's like a little cul-de-sac off of Regent Street. There's a studio there downstairs, and they was there. Well, Eric was there every day.
Good for you.
It's another David Bowie's album.
Yeah, you know David Bowie's album when he's standing by that phone box?
Yeah.
Well, that's the Headon Street phone box that become our phone box. I used to ring that every lunch hour from work to say, "Is Eric there?" And they'd say, "Yeah, he's here," or "He's been," or whatever. And that was the 1977 version of the mobile phone.
Yeah. Facebook and Twitter too. So
Everybody had that.
So you all kind of work together. Like, I don't know if I would have been so generous with that information.
No, you're joking. No. There was me and my friends and you and your friends, and Eric owned a car company called Both at 77,
Okay.
like a limo company. So there was a couple of us. We befriended the drivers.
Oh.
Eric's driver was called Dennis. So he would drive in to Headon Street. Eric would be in Headon Street, and he'd say to me, "Go blah 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 blah." He'd tell me where he was going. So there was definitely none of us was friends. I mean, I would be at a recording studio, and people would turn up, and I'd say, "Which role would you like?" They'd say, "Les." I'd say, "Great." "Who'd you like?" They'd go, "Who'd you like?" They'd say, "Eric." And I'd say, "Might as well go home then."
Oh, okay. I was a little concerned that you were all too friendly because, like I said, that intel would stay in my brain only. So it was.
was me and my friends, and there was another couple of girls that, like the ardent ones that followed them everywhere.
Yeah. So who was answering the phone? The drivers?
No, the phone was a phone box in the street.
You're right.
Public telephone
No,
box. And all the girls used to stand outside the offices, and someone would ring the phone box, and one of the girls would answer, and then you would ask, "Is Eric there? Is Les there? Have they turned up? Are they in the building?" No, you've just missed them. It was just a public phone box.
Oh no, I understand that. I was wondering who you trusted to give you the right information.
Well, the girls would only tell you if the rollers was there, but the drivers, we got to know the drivers, and the drivers would give us the proper information as to where they were taking them, or where they were going.
Well, I'm not going to lie, Diane. If I was there and I picked up that phone and I loved Eric and Eric was there and you asked me if Eric was there, I would say, "Oh no, he just left." So I could have him all to myself.
Yeah, but that would be fine. That would be fine because I would still be at work. I would come up there after work.
Oh, okay. So,
you know.
So either way, the answer didn't matter. You just were just checking in.
I just questioned. No, I just out of curiosity. I'd want to know. But
Gotcha.
I would go up there. I was up there one night. And this girl said to me, because above the rollers' offices, there was lawyers' offices, and in the day, the young girls, the school kids, used to go up there and make a lot of noise. So the people in the offices above used to throw water over them.
Oh no!
And then they used to call the police, and the police used to come round and round them all up, take them back round to West End Central Police Station and phone their parents.
Oh dear.
So their parents would come to collect them. Well, in 1977, I was quite old, I was 21. So, and also where it is, it was called like not a nice part of London because it's near Soho, and they said, "Oh, it's an undesirable part of London, you shouldn't be hanging around here." Anyway, one night some girl said to me, "You better go home because the police want you." So I thought, "Oh, I'm not going anywhere." Well, lo and behold, round they came, and I got arrested by 4 policemen, bless them. And I had to go to court the next day for obstructing the highway, which is stupid. You know, I got 12 months conditional discharge. I wasn't allowed in the West End for a year.
But wait, what?
Oh my gosh.
What were you doing wrong besides?
Nothing. Nothing. Because they can't prosecute the young ones. They thought they'd prosecute us, the older ones.
Wow.
I was totally wrong. Oh my gosh. So the day I had to go to court, my friend said to me, "You're going to come to Headland Street." So I said, "No, I better not come to Headland Street. I'll go to the hotel and I'll meet you at the hotel." So they sent a van round that day to the Headland Street, and they rounded them all up, put them in the van, and they tried to put Terry McKee in there as well.
Oh, lovely.
Oh my gosh. They tried to arrest him as well, because they rounded them all up in the street. They took them round to the police station. The ones they recognised they kept, and the others they let go. And then they wanted to go to court the next day, and they only got 6 months, which I was a bit put out at, but that was just part of it. But that all died down after a while, and I went back it up there. But
that's incredible.
there's just so many funny things that happened over the years that I just can't. Just so many funny things. I went down the farm in 1976. Dykefoot Farm. We went down there at New Year 1976. That's when I met Ian properly. I went in the farm with him and Rosetta Stone, and I was making us dairy lead cheese on toast.
Nice.
And I just seemed to click with him. I just got friendly with him, and that was rekindled when he come to Headland Street with his Rosetta Stone. I'm trying to think of other things to tell you.
Yeah.
Things I can. I'm trying to think of things I can tell you. Not things you can say. Things I can tell. When Eric was in a health farm, I went up there in 1975. I don't know what to tell you.
So,
Did you actually manage to spend any time at work?
No, I used to have 3 days sick and 1 day in work. But in them days at the airport, they used to go bing bong, flight coming in from the time zone. And I used to think, oh my God, I can't ring work. And they hear that. But, you know, I was everything. As soon as I was in London, I was there. So it's just like an illness. It's like everything revolved around what they were doing. I mean, Eric would come out at Headland Street, and he'd ask me to get him a sandwich. off I'd go trotting across the road, get his cheese and tomato sandwich, his cup of tea, and then I found out where he lived, and then we'd all turn up at his flat. They was really accessible when they was in London. The recording studio, so I sit outside the recording studio all night.
And they didn't seem to mind, did they?
Well, no, they just thought it was nuts.
Yeah.
Well, it sounded to me too.
Well, Les gave us his washing at Court Studio. So we done his washing, like we do. Then we sat on it, trying it. You know, as you do.
Yeah, of course.
You reflect now on these things.
I mean, some days fans don't want to wash the clothes. They want to keep the smell for some reason.
It
Oh,
was the best years of my life. Best years of my life.
it sounds like you had a lot of fun, a lot of adventures. So the intel, like where they were about the health farm, how did you know? Is this the drivers sharing or just?
No, I know he was in. I knew he was in Champneys Health Farm. I don't know how, but I knew that.
Well, they make the best bath gel. Oh,
So off we went up there to see us. We just, I mean, the drivers, and then Eric came out of his flat one night, and he said to me, "I'm going away for the weekend. I'm going away for the weekend." And I thought, you don't look like you're going away for the weekend to me. So I said to the taxi driver, "If I give you 10 pence, when you get where you're taking him, can you ring me and let me know?" So he did.
wow.
And I said, what time are you picking him up? At 5 o'clock in the morning. I said, okay, thank you very much. Well, there I'll be. And he was a pain in the arse. He was a complete pain in the arse.
Do you ever wonder if you use those skills for good and not evil? What kind of? I mean, you would be like someone really famous for, I don't know, detective skills. You could be working for MI5, MI6.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. So he sold them out for 10p, which he wasn't even going to keep. He needed to use that to make the phone call.
Yeah, no mobile phones then. You would have to phone me from a phone box.
So he did that for free.
Well, I gave him 10 pence.
Well, he needed to use that to make the phone call.
Yes.
So he did it for free.
Eric had gone to Winston Lee's house to work for
Oh,
Bell
my
Records.
God.
He'd gone there for a party, but he was trying to fob me off, telling me he was going away for the weekend. And I thought, I'm not having none of that.
I don't think he didn't know who he was up against at that point, did he?
He came through the airport once, Eric, and he said to me, "Oh, I've got something for you." He'd come back from the States. And I thought, what? I was all excited. And he relaxed and came in to me, "I'll give it to you when we get up, when I get to the car." So I thought, magic, what is it? He's on the floor, he's opening his case, so I'm thinking, what's he going to give me? Basically, on a Christmas card. Exactly, that's what I thought, what is this? Yeah.
You thought it was some love token from the U.S., huh?
Oh, he bought me a present.
I know. Wow. Oh, shattered. So at this point, like, you guys have like a pretty good rapport with each other. I mean, you're almost friends, don't you think?
Well, he knew who I was, I'll give you that much.
Anyone who meets you for 1 minute knows who you are, for sure.
He knew who I was, going back many years. He knew who I was.
And
yes.
who could ask for anything more?
Oh, but so did the rest of the band.
Oh yeah, and then I mean, when Duncan came to join the Rollers, I thought, well, I've got to make it my mission to meet him first, because he's going to be my key to a lot of stuff. So
I love how your mind works.
Up at Heathrow Airport I went to meet him when he came through in his little blue coat, and he gave us a lift back into London with his driver. And I thought, well, so when I used to think, where's Eric? I used to ring Duncan up and I say, Duncan, where's Eric? And he says, in the recording studio. And I go, yes, which one, Duncan? And he'd go, I'll find out. And he used to be like my
Wow. Gotta love it.
I was at the airport once in, must have been 1977, I'm not sure, waiting for Woody and Eric to go back to Scotland. and Derek came in, and he said to me, "Have they gone?" And I thought, "Well, obviously not, because I'm standing here." So he said, "They've left their tickets behind." So he said, "If they come through, give them the tickets." So I said, "All right." So I'm standing there. He came back. He went to me, "No, they've gone." I went, "Oh." He went, "I'll give you a lift back home," which he did. But we ended up in Windsor because he doesn't know where he's driving, doesn't know where he's going.
Oh, bless him.
Aww. Sense of direction. So that's been later. That must have been about 1979, 1980.
So you and Duncan have nicknames for each other?
Yeah, I was called Duncan called me Sarge, and I called Duncan Shirl.
What was that?
What did you call Duncan?
Duncan calls me Sarge.
Yeah.
And I call Duncan Shirl.
Cheryl?
After Shirley Temple.
Oh, okay. How come? Why is that?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. Just did.
All right,
Just did.
from now on, he's forever Cheryl.
Shirl. Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
So you've been in a car now with how many of them? You've been in the car with Derek Lost, which sounds like a horrible thing to be. Yeah, right.
Oh, God. I would not.
And you said Eric gave you a ride home from somewhere as well?
No, Eric.
Yeah.
He used to. My friend had a car. My friend had a car in the 70s. We was quite upmarket. We had a car from the late 70s. So we used to drive him about places. We used to take him to the accountants and things like that. We used to pick him up at his flat and take him to the accountants. And on my birthday, I said to him, "Will you come out? Because it's my birthday." So he said, "Well, where?" I said, "Anywhere." So he came out on my birthday. Then at the Christmas, Janine that he lived with, Janine Andrews, she said to me, "You can't stay here for Christmas on your own. Come to Birmingham." So we drove up to Birmingham. But yeah, he hasn't really lived nowhere.
Did you have Christmas dinner with them in Birmingham?
No.
he would.
We just said adios. Wasn't that with cups of vodka? Yeah, we had cups of vodka. Yeah.
So you were just allowed to sit outside wearing your little hats from the crackers?
No hats or crackers, just a bottle of vodka and some teacups.
Happy Christmas! Happy Christmas!
I met some great people. It was just brilliant. It was just the best years of my life. They were definitely the best years of my life. There's just so many funny things, so many. I mean, do you know who Pauline Quirk is?
Is she an actress?
Yeah, I know.
She's a British actress.
Yeah, I know the name.
Well, I don't know how, but when they played one of the gigs in Southampton, me and some of my friends ended up in a post office van with her in London. I don't know how. I have no idea how.
Where were you going?
Well, we've been to see the Rollers in Southampton. We came back to London and we ended up in a van. I don't know how.
Was there vodka involved?
No vodka.
No vodka involved. All right, guys. I told you this was going to be wild. So.
Yeah, go on.
Oh, I forget where I was going. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm hopping all over the shop here because I can't remember.
That's okay.
You know what? I've done the tour 74, 75, 76, but then 77. When Heaven Street, they was there all the time. All the time, they was always down here. And then when they used to record stuff, we'd go to that. I mean, when they done Turn on the Radio, they came out and Woody had a BMW and he put a cassette in his car. How old that is? To play it so we could all hear it.
Oh, really?
I mean, it just seems so primitive now. Like,
can you imagine back then if you had mobile phones and email?
If I'd had a mobile phone then, I think I'd be living in a pocket.
Yeah.
I mean, Rod Stewart, I had a tartan scarf and my hair was the same as Eric's. He was patting me on the head at one event if I was there for him. I thought, well, I'm not here for you. Do you know Paul Nicholas?
Yeah.
Do you know who he is?
He's a singer. He was a singer, right? He had a hit single, yeah.
He was in the recording studio and he come out one day and he went, "Hello, girls." So he said, hello. I said, oh, can you go in, are the rollers here? He went over and I said, well, can you just go in and have a look? I'm not interested in you, can you just go and have a look and let us know if they're in here?
Oh my gosh. And he did it.
He did. He came out and no, they're not here. I thought, oh. But we every week was at Top of the Pops.
Mm.
Oh, that must have been a lot of fun.
It was great. I mean, and I was lucky because I was at work, so I had money. I was lucky.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of them was younger.
You were even luckier that you kept that job for all the time you must have taken off.
I know.
What were you doing?
I know. I was. So I was lucky.
What was the job?
I worked for a bank. The rollers found quite funny. Having a lunatic like that worked for a bank.
Wow, that is amazing. That's impressive. That's
How long did you keep that job? 38 years?
Yeah, 38 years.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Yeah.
the way you were able to get everyone to do your bidding, I can see how you could, work your way around 3 days off, 2 days on at a bank. Those are truly banker's hours.
The rollers, Eric's car company, where it was based was near where I worked. So I used to go up there in my lunch hour to see the drivers, to see what was happening.
Yeah.
I mean, when Woody was in Ian's band, Woody stayed at my house, and I had all my photos out, and I showed him, and he said to me, how did you know where we were? Because you knew before we did. I said, well...
Oh, wow.
He goes, you know places before we knew. I said, oh, I know.
So,
I think Derek said to you when we saw him a couple of years ago, he just looked at you and he said, where's Eric?
Oh, I can't remember. I mean, I used to go and get Woody's little brother out of school. He used to go way outside the school for Woody's little brother, go and get him and take him down the fairground and ask him 3 million questions. Because Ronnie was only about 9 then, so we used to go and sort him out. And I used to go up all their parents' houses. That was great.
So under normal circumstances, you would be on on some major list, right?
I think she is.
Okay.
I think she is.
But yet somehow you turned that around, and they're staying in your house and they're engaging with you. I don't understand.
I know.
How did you turn that, behavior that could be considered stalkerish? But I guess
It wasn't.
no, it wasn't. It was so innocent, wasn't it, back then? I mean,
Oh, definitely.
there was.
I mean, I used to go. Eric used to go to Headland Street. From Headland Street, he used to go home to his flat. So obviously, so did I.
Mm-hmm.
Not that he asked me in. He didn't, but I'd go there as well. And then when he lived in Doria Road, he rented a place, and there was a shop at the end of his road. So he'd go to the shop and he'd get his bit of shopping. Then back he'd go. Then when he went in for the night, I'd think, oh, well, he's gone in. So then I'd go home.
Yeah.
And I think after a while they just got to trust us.
I think because it seems like you respected those boundaries, didn't you? Even though you were there hanging out.
They had a lot of people in their ear. Eric has a lot of people in his ear that telling him that, oh, don't tell them anything, like me and my friends. Because they'll tell everybody. Well, I wouldn't tell anybody. I'm not going to spoil it for myself. I don't want you up Eric's flat. I don't want you there.
Exactly.
I don't want you coming places. I want that for myself. But all these people were the people that were just bloody sponging off of him.
Mm. So you earned a level of trust, because of that.
I mean, he rang me at work. He asked me if I could look after his cat for 6 weeks.
What?
That's perfectly normal.
Cat for 6 weeks.
Wait, hold on. What year is this?
This is getting later now. This is the 80s.
Okay, so what's his cat's name?
Caesar.
Okay, so tell me how that went.
This is later. I mean, this is after I'd lived with Ian.
Okay, we're going to go back to that.
I'll go back to that, but Eric rang me at work, said, they was going on that breakout tour, so it must have been 85? Yeah. They was going on the breakout tour, can you look after the cat for 6 weeks? So I said, yeah. So the cat arrived, just the cat.
Oh, you didn't have keys to his flat, he brought the cat to you.
No, I don't know how the cat's come to me. I think Ian must have bought the cat.
Mm.
The cat just came in a basket. That was it. No food, nothing else.
That sounds about right.
Anyway, I had the cat for 6 months.
What?
How long was that tour?
For 6 months.
Oh, that's
A
hilarious.
postcard from Australia asking me how the cat was everything all right. Anyway, when he came back,
6 months
he told
later.
me about coming to pick up the cat. I said to him, if you want the cat, you've got to come to my flat on your own to collect the cat.
Oh, you had a mission.
Well, no, I just thought, I want to be on the other side of the front door. I want to be on this side of the front door and open it to you. See how you like it being on that side of the door. So he came to my flat, and I thought, this is a bit strange. And I just made him a cup of tea and was just chatting in general, nothing. I didn't attack him or nothing. And
Stupid woman.
Look at his cat. Eh?
Stupid woman.
I know. Off he went with his cat. Oh.
Oh, that's hilarious. So a 6 week, 6 weeks turned into 6 months.
I had that cat.
And you must have bonded with that cat and cuddled it.
I love that cat.
Oh, dear.
When he came to pick the cat up, I said, oh, I'll buy you a cat. I said, oh, no, I don't want one. So, yeah, he was lovely.
Let's just say the cat didn't go back in just a basket.
No, I bought the cat toys, food, everything when
Oh,
he
I'm
went
sure.
home.
Oh, that's so funny.
I even had to take him to the vets when I had him because he had a bad eye. I love that cat.
Oh, dear.
Oh,
That might be...
I'm going too far ahead now. I'm going too far
All
ahead.
right, let's go back. We'll rewind. Okay, while Diane is rewinding and collecting her thoughts a bit, we're going to close here for now. Join us next week when Diane shares her memories from when she and Ian Mitchell were flatmates. Yes, Ian Kevin Mitchell and Diane lived together for 4 years. I'm looking forward to hearing about that. On behalf of myself, Laura, and all of the other admins at Bay City Roller fan events, thank you for listening and keep on rolling.